The older I get, the more I find horror games can be just as cozy as they can be scary. And with indie games, we're starting to see a lot of stuff fully embrace that idea. Give me the buzz of the vending machine as I walk by in the night. Give me the rumble of thunder and rain against the windows as I search the library after hours. It's that sort of thing that is just so magical to some people, and having a cute little buddy as the character avatar goes a long way in aiding the way we explore the coziness of horror. And I'm not talking about stuff that's trying to be evocative of your childhood in some creepy way, exploring the horror of memories and what we grew up with. No, I don't mean anything as like a creepy version of a kid's thing. I mean, this is just straight up a horror game, and the main character just so happens to be a cute, funny little guy. But being cute and cozy doesn't mean that they have to hold back either. You can have a game that's still just as frightening, even with the cute coat of paint. These two short indie games I think are both pretty good at doing that, just combining real horror with characters and sounds and visuals and stuff to make you feel at home, like an Animal Crossing game. They're both pretty different from one another, but I do find them both pretty scary. Hello. I guess we'll start with the first one I found, Rental, free to play on Steam. Developed by Lonely House, a small studio in Chile. Rental, I believe, is their first official release, so hey, why don't we see if it lives up to the cool screenshots. Oh, that's nice. The title screen's real cool. Oh, we're on a road trip, going out the highway. Immediately I'm getting memories of going on family camping trips out to PEI in New Brunswick when I was a kid in elementary school, but presented in such a cool looking way. The crunchy pixel textures, the boxy trees, the little guardrail. This is real good. Okay, here we go. We're a little bunny gal named Umi, and we just arrived at the cottage our family's going to be renting for the summer. You can walk around, interact with people and objects, and yeah, that's all there really is to it. A very simple gameplay-wise. So we talk to the dad. I'm talking to the brother. No, back to dad. Dad. Oh no, that's mom. The door's open. Could the rental man already be here? Talking to her another time, she'll ask you to go in, find the rental man, and get the keys from him. And before we do that, though, I do want to see the dad's dialogue, too. What do you think? Not too shabby. If you play close attention, you can hear the ocean from here. I can't hear it. Oh my god. This is exactly how so many interactions happened between me and my family back when we would do these camping trips as a kid. Like, we'd be driving down the highway, and everybody in the car is like, oh my god, look, an eagle's nest up there. And I look at the window, I'm like, I don't see it. It's a really simple setup, but it is so effective at making you care about the characters because of just how genuine and relatable it all is. A sibling rivalry and all. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have experienced that growing up. And I deeply appreciate all of that because it might feel already expected from us just to care about the characters simply because they're cute to look at. But while they look like cute little bunnies, they feel very human. And that's key in getting you attached to characters before we plunge them into something absolutely horrible. That's good stuff. That's smart stuff. They're doing it. Great. Is there anything over here? No? Okay, well, hey, why don't we head into that cottage already and get this game going? We then find ourselves, against all logic, locked inside the cottage from outdoors. Our family doesn't hear us banging against the door, and with how little light's coming in from that window, it hardly even feels like we're in the same world we were just in. Were we transferred to a pocket in time, to a dimension far from home? I don't know, but nothing we can do about it, so let's go look for that rental man. Finding him is when things get real ominous. You! Did you come in here from the outside? I've been trapped here for weeks, months. I don't even know anymore. I need to get the keys. My parents are... Forget about your parents. You'll never see them again anyway. The panic and just the confidence of just telling you how it is coming from this guy, an adult to a child. There's something really unnerving about it, his certainty and your uncertainty. Luckily though, he does seem to know a way we may be able to get out. We gotta do a ritual, and to do that we have to collect a whole bunch of bullshit. He gives us a list of it all before he vanishes. And he comes back to give us one more little clue. Yeah, there's a hidden room, don't know where it is, but keep an eye out for that. And he vanishes again. That's cool. This game is actually a little eerie, but then it is just so silly at the same time. I really do like that. Okay, from here on out, we're free to explore the cottage, look for everything we need. It's not really a huge area, but there is a lot of different rooms to check out, inspecting every last corner, seeing if you can find anything, or maybe just hearing Umi's thoughts in general about whatever you're looking at. I love this line about the dining table. 4 chairs? My little brother should eat outside. There's a lot of great little bits of dialogue here, even some breaking the fourth wall a little bit. It's a great way to keep up the mood as you walk around, because this is a slow, scary burn. You're aimlessly wandering around as the sound design just creeps into your bones. Man, the way those doors keep slamming like that. Like, sometimes it'll happen when I'm far enough away that it actually feels like something else might have gone through that door. Like, was that my door or was that someone else? You know? And something about those footsteps too. I don't know. It really makes you feel like you're not alone, even though it's just you making the noise. It's kind of like when you get up at 3 in the morning and you just scare yourself by bumping something. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Just wander around the cottage, find everything you can, and enjoy some creaky, freaky ambience. Of the two, I'd say this is the easier one to get into, just since nothing's ever really gonna pop out or scream in your face or chase you around or nothing. It's a very quiet kind of horror, and the scare, okay, well, while I won't spoil what it is, I do have mixed feelings about it. Like, at first, the first time you see it, it is kind of like, whoa, what's going on? This is freaky, why can't I move? But they just kind of do it again and again, and then it's just kind of like, okay, you done? I see you. All right, goodbye. It kind of becomes a one-trick pony at a point. Kind of wish it did 1 or 2 more things. Just something to catch me off guard the moment I feel like I know what it's doing. But, oh well, you know, it is just a short game. It's not like they're going to have a ton of stuff in here. But I do wish they at least pushed what it does a little bit further. But you know what they do have? They got the maze. So yeah, once you finally found everything, including that elusive stool, I totally missed that thing, a brand new door appears. And I thought I was like losing my mind. Like, I swear there was not a door there. Another cool example of a fixed camera angle aiming your view at what you need to notice. Through here we have the maze of mirrors, and this felt like total madness, spiraling madness going through this the first time. And let's leave it at that. I'll say nothing more about it. And then once you finally got everything all together, you put it down, you do the ritual, and then you can see the ending. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a really cute little horror game. I love the visuals, I love the character designs, the sound effects and everything. And I love the lighthearted tone. You know, like, what's going on is pretty ominous. But Umi keeps such a good sense of humor with her the whole time, and it just really benefits the mood a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a short, cute little horror game on Steam. Check it out. Rental. The other game we're talking about today is one called Haneko's Late Homework, a game jam game made in just 2 weeks by this indie dev I really love called Soda Raptor. This one's name your price on itch, so you can just download it for free if you'd like, but if you want to support the dev, I do suggest tossing in a few bucks. It is just a short game, but this dude makes some seriously cool stuff. I particularly love their game Interior Worlds. It's a photography game set in all of these different abandoned spaces with this wicked sick PS1 looking visual style. This thing has some of my all-time favorite video game ambience ever. If I just ever want to just like put on something to walk around and just take in some cool sounds and stuff, I'm either throwing on Yume Nikki or I'm throwing on this. Just walking around this dead mall, man, everything's so dim, but the contrast of the blinding sunlight barely creeping through the ceiling window, each and every store completely barren, the signs that never turn off still providing a soft, colorful glow, the echo of a 20-year-old playlist still playing over the speakers. Yeah, buddy, you can see why I love this dude's games now, right? And Haneko's Late Homework carries every bit of Soda Raptor style you would come to be hungry for by playing these games. But enough hoo-hotting and talking. Why don't we boot up the game already and check it out? Unfortunately made in Unity. Oh my god. I remember seeing that plugin on Twitter. That's really funny seeing people actually seriously use it. That's wicked. Now that is a title screen. You gotta love a fuzzy composite signal with some quiet droning ambience behind the soft analog fuzz. That's good stuff. Oh nice, PS2 boingin' ass menu noises. Now isn't that magical? Before we start, Haneko gives us the quick rundown. She left her homework at school and it's due tomorrow. Failed to hand it in, and she fails the entire semester, so she's got no choice but to break into the school at night and find her missing assignments by entering a world of survival horror. Now there's a classic right there. Oh, just seconds into this thing, and it is already oozing with style. A vending machine right away. What says after hours urban ambience? Like one of these buzzing in the night. You can't do anything with it. You can't find any coins for it. At least I don't think you can. What do we got here? Oh, the first piece of homework. 1 down, 9 left to go. I love how they kind of look like Sonic Adventure upgrades. Okay, and through this way here, and now we're exploring the hallways of the school. So you're really just walking around, checking every room, looking for the pages. Yeah, it's slender, but it feels more like Silent Hill meets Banjo-Kazooie collectibles. Well, mostly the first Silent Hill, because you got tank controls, baby, and nothing but this one's for the homies, not for the normies. Now, it's still at least over the shoulder like Resident Evil 4's original, and people generally do seem to respond better to these sorts of controls when the camera is at least glued to the perspective, so if you're not great with tank controls, it does at least have that. And you got some fixed angles in there too, as sometimes when you walk down a hallway or into a corner, you'll get this cool Dutch tilt shot of it. Very nice. I do find it a little bit disorienting going from the player camera to the fixed angles though. Some of these angles, they could have been designed to flow into each other a bit smoother, I think. The bathroom in particular, that one had me wrestling with the controls a little bit. Just changes too much here. Now, unlike Rental, there is a big, loud, scary monster that'll tear your head off in a gory explosion if you get caught. So playing with headphones, I'm gonna turn it down for here, but be prepared for the audio to get loud if you mess up. Jesus Christ, like this is a cute game, but they're pretty brutal even still. Now this thing isn't just going to jump you every time you go through a door. No, that was just me getting really unlucky. You can hear and see it from a distance, and dude, I love the sound design here. It feels straight out of a Silent Hill game, particularly Silent Hill 3, like the wet, slobbery schlop combined with that repetitive, I don't know, hissing or breathing or whatever it is. That stark crimson glow illuminating the hallway as he marches slowly towards you. When you do get the odd glimpse of this thing, it is so freaking cool. If this thing sees you, prepare to run. You're gonna want to sprint to the nearest door. Pray it's not a busted one, because there's plenty of those. Escaping safely is as simple as leaving the room, which is great because I was worried this game was going to make me hide in a locker and wait. Hide and seek horror I just don't have the patience for. I just find it more annoying than I do scary. This sort of thing I find a lot more streamlined. There is still an element of uncertainty and panic because half the doors you click on don't work, and honestly, if you were hiding in lockers all the time, it would be a pretty grueling experience since getting caught has you starting all the way over from scratch. You gotta get those pages all in one go. So, you know, whether or not you agree all that stuff is effective horror or not, it's not exactly the gameplay that's all have fun to do over and over every time you want to retry, so I think it was for the better it was done this way. And it's not like the game is lacking in any elements that add to that sense of tension either. I mean, the sprint meter, for example, you'll have to keep an eye on that if you don't want to run out and get caught. Try to keep it throttled down at least a little bit, just in case you suddenly run into the thing. Which can happen just going through a door, and that's always real jarring, coming out and having it be right there in front of you. But it was always my fault when it happened. It was not like the game was just pulling a fast one on me or nothing. No, you can listen at the door to make sure it's safe before you go out. But who wants to do that every single time, right? And that is why it's great. It feels so natural. It just feels like this option I have. And it being just an option allows for those fun moments, you know, the moments where you catch it, and those other stupid times where your patience gets the best of you and you go out at a really bad time and it's your fault. It's really great. After all, it's only going to spook you if you don't think it's going to be there, and you're only going through the door without stopping to listen because you don't think it's going to be there. It's good stuff. As for the story, really not much to it. Once you find all 10 pages of your homework, you can just leave safely before vowing to never go back at night ever again. but you can find some neat little details around the school that give you a little window into what sorts of things happen here. Other students hearing the monster during detention, a rotting mattress. Does somebody live here? And what's with that creepy wheelchair in the hallway over there? You know the guy just like slapped wheelchair because it's like Silent Hill, wheelchair. Oh, that's what I would do if I was making a game. And one other thing I won't spoil, there's a really good scare in I won't even say what room it's in, but it also has the implications, it's like, who is that character? Who was that? What is he doing there? There's almost a bit of mystery to it that's implied just by the things you see here. And that's something I always loved from survival horror games, particularly Silent Hill, is you have all of these things that you can just go up to, click on it, and you see your character's thoughts about it. But in reading those thoughts, you always learn like a couple of little random things about the world you're exploring. I found myself getting lost quite often, though. I would lose my sense of direction all the time. I wonder if the fixed camera having more carefully chosen angles that kind of paint the direction a little easier. Maybe the map could have been a little bit easier to read more clearly, because as it stands, I'm flailing through doors and it doesn't always feel like I'm going where I think I'm going. Which, could add to the experience depending on your point of view. It did add to the sense of anxious aimlessness, which was cool, but I would imagine some players may get a bit impatient with it. After I played it, Soda Raptor did add a map to the game, so if that sort of thing annoys you, you should have an easier time with it now. One thing I have seen many times over the years, which I do find pretty interesting, is people lamenting the days when games made you draw your own maps. So I don't know, maybe horror games just having more options for that sort of thing could be cool. I mean, Silent Hill already separates puzzle and action difficulties. Why not a navigation or map making difficulty? I don't know, just a thought. Either way, I'm getting off topic. This is a really great little thing right here. Like, the graphics are cute, the color choices are wicked good. I loved everything about the way this thing looks and sounds. The gameplay is extremely basic. It's a very, take your one shot at the one level arcade sort of thing, but it's just enough game to be able to experience all this wicked cool art and visuals and sound through. Honestly, it's worth playing even if you don't beat it. Just plunging yourself in this sort of ambience is just really nice. This one's just on itch, but hey, even if you are a Steam nut, it's pretty easy to just download and add to your library and boot it through that anyway. Looks mighty nice off a CRT too. Play with a navigation controller so you can pet your cat with your free hand. Cozy night done right. So hey, if either of these look like something you'd like to try, then I say one evening, just pop one on, lights down, volume up, and have yourself a cozy, spooky time. They're both pretty short too. You could be done with both of them in like about half an hour each, an hour total if you want to play through both of them, maybe slightly longer. So they make for like a really great evening after school or work for something if you just want to wind down with a short little cozy, spooky game. I'll have links to both of these games down in the description below. Just scroll down and click that open. They're only on PC. I don't think either is particularly demanding though, so hopefully it's not any trouble running it if you don't have like an amazing computer. I did test both on the Steam Deck, especially since rental is unverified and the other game's on itch, which doesn't even have anything telling you about that, and I did get both working very easily with no issues at all, so Steam Deck users will have an easy time with both. But yeah, check them out if you can. I think it's really cool that we're finally seeing games explore visuals so much now that we're at the point where two horror games with cute characters can come out and they're both totally different games, not even remotely like one another, both in means of visuals and gameplay. I really hope we do see more cute horror stuff as time passes. Like, I mean, literally, my dream game is some bizarre concoction of like Silent Hill gameplay with Animal Crossing gameplay with Yume Nikki gameplay with an art style that's somewhere between Animal Crossing and Silent Hill and Petscop. That would be my dream game, and seeing stuff like this get made these days, I got a little bit more hope that maybe that thing will get made someday. But yeah, if you guys know about any more cute horror games, please let me know down in the comments. Maybe this could be a type of video, maybe I could start doing cute horror game videos like I do those indie platformers ones every year, just because it's a really good way just to throw a bunch of indie stuff out there and get it in front of people all at once. But yeah, who knows? We'll see. Depends on how many more of these games I end up finding. But either way, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the stuff I showed you, and I hope you'll keep an eye out for anything that's a good blend of cute and creepy. Hey, welcome to the end of the videos again, Slate. If you would like to support this channel, go on my Patreon, and I have a $1 podcast if you want to hear me talk more about, I don't know, whatever, bro. Cozy night done right.